everyone, and welcome back to Canada's Blonde Moment, the podcast that brings you the stories of the missing and the silence that sometimes surrounds them. I'm your host, TJ. Now, today is day 10 in the disappearance of 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and her 4-year-old brother, Jack Sullivan, from their home in Pictou County, Nova Scotia. 10 days without a single confirmed sighting. 10 days without a single item of clothing, toy, or trace. And 10 days of growing questions and vanishing answers. Lily and Jack were last seen the morning of May 2nd, reportedly playing at home while their mother and stepfather were asleep with their toddler sibling. When they woke up, the two older children were gone. The RCMP launched what appeared to be an intense and urgent search. Canine units, aerial surveillance, ground teams, drones, and volunteers swept the surrounding wilderness. Yet no clothing, no shoes, no toys, nothing belonging to the children has been recovered. Their mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, spoke publicly on day 2, urging anyone with information to come forward.
What happened was we woke up, I heard them playing in the next room beside us, and I was drifting in and out of sleep. And they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them. And they happen to just get out that sliding door, and we can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time. And the next thing we knew, it was quiet, and we get up, and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids? And he says, no. And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet. They talk to anyone. They'll talk your ear off. They will speak to anyone in a store. Everyone. They're just extremely sweet kids. I appreciate the huge search effort going on right now, but we've been pushing for an Amber Alert, which hasn't been issued. Not just that they could possibly be abducted, which it is a possibility that they could have been, but just an alert to let everyone know that they are missing.
But since then, she has not appeared in front of cameras, issued a statement, or pleaded for her children's return. According to reports from her family, the RCMP has instructed them not to speak to the media, a highly unusual directive in a case where public awareness and tips could be crucial, don't you think? Now, this raises the question, if the RCMP believes the children were abducted, why silence the family? And why, after all this time, hasn't even one article of the children's belongings been found? Now, in my opinion, there are several reasons that could explain why the RCMP is scaling back or appearing to stop the search. So, one, they no longer believe the children are in the woods. After 10 days of intense searching, it's possible the RCMP believes the children were never there to begin with, or were removed quickly by someone else. Could they suspect the disappearance happened under different circumstances than originally reported? Now, two, they don't believe the children were abducted. An Amber Alert was never issued. In Canada, Amber Alerts are reserved for confirmed abductions. Was there no evidence to support that theory?
100 days isn't enough. A whole lifetime isn't enough for them. I just want to find them.
If so, why do they think that that may or may not happened? Like, what do they know now? We don't know.
They've been very stressful. I mean, ever since the Friday morning when we noticed that the children were gone, immediately jumped in the vehicle, surveyed all the areas, many dirt roads, many culverts as I could, and waited for the police to get there.
No. Number three, they suspect foul play or misleading information. So, law enforcement may be focusing behind the scenes on interviews, phone records, or inconsistencies. In my opinion, this could mean they're shifting resources toward investigative work rather than physical searching. Now, 4, they believe the children may not be alive. So this is deeply unsettling, but in some cases, search efforts are reduced when survival becomes statistically unlikely.
That's pink boots for Lily, blue boots for Jack, with dinosaurs on them. Lily had her backpack with white, and it was white with strawberries on it. I imagine now if they're in the woods that it'd be probably brown, but I don't see them carrying their backpack. I don't see them keeping a pull-up one for that long after it got soaked from the very first day. We only found the 2 boot tracks outside of the house.
Whereabouts?
Right beside the house, probably 10 feet away from the backyard.
In the backyard, okay.
Nothing new other than the helicopters are still in the air. And they had dogs. They took around the dogs today, and as of last night, they had 8 more drones going up in infrared. I urge the public to come out if you have anything, come out as fast as possible and get it to any detachment or any police service that you have available to get to talk to. And Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, anything like that. But Lily loves girly things, but she also loves doing everything with Jack.
They had said, why not continue in the absence of evidence to the contrary? So, number 5, there is information that they're not releasing to the public. So perhaps they are protecting the integrity of an ongoing investigation, but at what cost? Public engagement is waning, and searches, they need leadership.
Holding out hope. I don't know why they didn't find anything from Jack's pull-up to her backpack or any of her belongings at all. They just haven't found anything. I imagine now if they're in the woods that it'd be probably brown, but I don't see them carrying their backpack. I don't see them keeping a pull-up one for that long.
So some psychics and intuitives have actually weighed in, voluntarily, of course. Several have shared impressions that the children were taken by someone familiar or that they are not far from the home, even describing emotional distress or wooded areas near water. While such insights are controversial, they do underscore how little we know and how desperate people are for answers. Why then are authorities not pleading with the public to continue searching? Like, why are there no renewed calls for tips or sightings? Why is the mother not making ongoing appeals for help? These children are just 6 years old and 4 years old. They are vulnerable, they are loved, and their disappearance should command every available resource until there is real resolution. Now we're on day 10 days in. The official search appears to be winding down, or as it feels to many, it's already stopped. The silence from those closest to this case is deafening. The RCMP has not updated the public with significant new information, and the lack of evidence, no clothing, no belongings, no confirmed sightings, it's both baffling and disturbing. These cases deserve more. You guys, these children deserve more. If anyone out there knows anything, I mean anything, that could help locate Lily and Jack Sullivan, please contact the RCMP at 902 485 4333. Again, that's 902 485 4333. Let's not let this story go quiet. Thank you all for joining this episode of Vanished. If you found this story as troubling as we did, please share it, keep talking about it, and continue asking questions. Sometimes the only way to find out the truth is to never stop looking. Until next time, everyone, please stay safe, stay aware, and never stop searching.